Hello everyone. Today I'm going to answer a very interesting question, which is, does culture really influence consumer behavior? Before we get to that, we need to know what culture really is. Culture is a set of values, roles, behaviors, traditions, customs, and perceptions followed by a group of individuals. Now I want to talk about two basic concepts: need and want. What is a need? Need is the basic requirement of a human being without which he cannot survive. And what is a want? Whenever need is backed up by culture or personality, it is called want. So, from the definition of want, we can see that in the want of every human being in the world, there is actually presence of culture. Now, each culture is divided into subcultures based on age, geographical locations, religion, and gender. Because of all these subcultures, different buying decisions are made. Now I'm going to talk about an interesting fact. In Japan, number 4 is considered as unlucky. So, products are often purchased or sold in groups of 5. Now, I'm going to talk about the influence of culture on food, clothing, advertisement, and give some relevant examples. First, I'm going to talk about influence of culture on food. Large amount of seafoods are consumed by people in the countries of Far East like Japan, China, etc. They are so dependent on seafoods that they have products like lobster flavored chips and calamari as a topping on pizza. Those who don't know what calamari is, calamari actually stands for squid dishes. Ew, squids, right? That too on a pizza? See, that's where the cultural difference kicks in. If that product is launched in our country, it will surely be a flop. But it is an essential commodity for the people in Far East. Okay, that was an unusual example. Let's get to the usual ones. For example, avoidance of pork by Muslims. Suppose the famous pork producing German company Tony's decides to start a business in Bangladesh where 90% of the people are Muslims. That's obviously an absurd idea, right? Because that business is never gonna run. See, marketers need to think about cultural difference before starting a business or expanding a current business. Now let's see the cultural differences impact on clothing. Women in Asian countries like India and Bangladesh, they tend to wear salwar kameez and saris on a daily basis. But women in US and Eastern countries prefer t-shirts, jeans, whereas hijab is almost a prerequisite for women in Middle East. In terms of advertising, we can see that advertising in the West are more individualistic, whereas those in the East are collectivistic, focusing on themes like family. Now I want to talk about the impact of cultural differences in selling method. See, in US and UK, we see large stores like Walmart, Costco, which are basically one-stop shops where people can get anything starting from milk and eggs, wiper fluids, and even bicycles. Here, consumers enjoy the ease of shopping experience provided they do not have to spend a whole day commuting to different locations for their needs. On the other hand, in Asian countries, consumers prefer render buying on a day-to-day basis. What is a render buying? Actually, milk is sold by the milkman every day in countries like India and Bangladesh. So for particular products, people actually look forward to particular people in render buying. See, different ways of selling products also originate from cultural differences among people. Now, in terms of brand, we can see that famous brands have undertaken some serious steps to use this as their marketing tool. For example, brands like McDonald's and Unilever took different routes to sell their products, focusing on cultural difference. How did they do that? First of all, I would like to talk about McDonald's. McDonald's caters according to the varying consumer tastes. For example, in France, they have McBoguette, which is a French baguette with Dijon mustard. In India, they have launched Chicken Maharaja Mac, which is made with Indian spices. In Japan, they have introduced Mega Teriyaki Burger, which is obviously made with teriyaki sauce. They have also introduced Gura Koro with macaroni gratin and croquettes in Japan. See, the same brand McDonald's is offering different products because of cultural difference. Now, lastly, I want to talk about Unilever. Unilever has seen that in countries like India and Bangladesh, there is preference of hand washing clothes instead of washing them in the washing machine. That's why they have introduced Surf Excel, which works well in low temperatures, requires less water to wash off, thus making it a quick and easy wash for clothes. So from all these discussions, we can say that cultural differences do exist between international markets, and these differences are the opportunities for global marketers to innovate and develop new products and services. In the end, it can be said that culture does have a significant influence on consumer behavior. Thank you all.